Matt alluded to it, if you build it, they will come. Another key component is this park, I believe, came to us from ODNR in the mid-1970s. While the construction crew was here, there's some need for a little bit of maintenance, some ditching. We've got some areas that need ditch, so it's really, in our mind, time to come back to this park and a little bit of TLC. That's one of our larger holdings. We're close to 8 or here, Paul. I can get all 600.
Can I ask just for visual purposes that like next month you always have the map, and I know I could go on and, but just a visual, are you able to put where we have actual year-round, show us in perspective of the whole county, where are all of our year-round shelters? And I can think and I can name them off, but just, is there a need anywhere else? Are we empty?
Yeah, we could look at that. I know, I mean, off the top of my head, so Bass Lake, Sunnybrook, those are more combination shelters. Orchard Hills, the Rookeries, kind of all year round. Clarendon Woodlands, Froy Meadows has a smaller all year round. Holbrook Hollows will be all year round. So yeah, we could put together kind of.
Yeah, just a little star wherever, so you can visually see. Use right, correct.
How often are they rented out? The numbers would be good. So I mean, if you have one being used 2 or 3 times in a day, that would be good information also. Yeah.
The last project is Froy Meadows. Froy Meadows is actually, I think, our most visited park. We actually expanded the parking 2 years ago, and even with that expanded parking by the main shelter, taking that to a fully enclosed usable shelter all year, that parking limit is consistently, pretty much maxed out. So this project, we're looking at adding in 10 additional parking spots along the north side of the entry drive, 2 picnic shelters, and these would just be open air picnic shelters at Froy Meadows. Prior to enclosing that shelter, we get a lot of use, even runners, cross-country teams, people just going there at lunchtime and eating lunch. So with the fully enclosed shelter that is rentable, we thought it would be good to add in a couple picnic areas that people could use, just that wouldn't be reservable if they stop in there. It's also kind of a nice setting for, it kind of overlooks with the way the grade is, kind of that mud flat area that our Natural Resource Management Department developed years ago. From what I understand, it's a good spot for birding, so some thought there on kind of, just additional amenities at one of our most popular parks to kind of offer, people a little bit of time where they can stop and, sit down and maybe have lunch or a picnic or just do some birding. Also, there would be a small fire pit area. Again, spring and summer, if somebody's having a little picnic and wants to have a little fire or something, it offers that ability. And then we would connect it to the existing trail system. And as part of this project too, we'd be looking at doing some resurfacing of the entry drive program up there.
That park is always crowded, no matter what time of day you drive by it or whatever. Not that I'm trying to say it's not a great park, but that park is the closest to all of Cuyahoga too. I mean, there's so many Miles Road and Chagrin, that they're just so hungry for.
Well, and I think with Holbrook Hollows too, I mean, it is, I think when we did the initial look at Holbrook Hollows, I mean, there's close to 60,000 people that live within 5 minutes of these 2 parks. So the nice thing about Holbrook Hollows, there's some connectivity with some existing trail systems. Also, I think too, with the 2 parks there, hopefully that'll alleviate, because I've been to Froy Meadows where there's times where cars are parked on the edge of the road because it's so cold.
Thank you. All your work.
After the first year, in order to meet our planning timeline, our planning deadlines, upon approval of the 2019 final budget, we're going out to bid.
Yeah, so on all 3, on Big Creek and Froy Meadows, we would be going out to public bid for ORC once the budget's approved, and that would be early 2019 to kind of adhere to our construction schedule, so it can be January and February.
And weather-wise, let's hope for a better year than 2018 for construction. Okay, any other questions on projects from that?
I have one, okay, so Wicked Woods, we're just gonna maintain it during the year, we're not gonna obviously improve anything, or just,
So for Wicked Woods, since we just acquired it, I think, at the last meeting, typically the process we work through from a planning and natural resource management standpoint is, the first step, Paul's gonna go in and do a natural resource management plan. So we have that scheduled, it's pushing a little bit, but he's hoping to have that done by late June. Then, once we have that management plan, we'll start to look at kind of, from a master planning standpoint, developing an overall master plan. What Paul and I have talked about is early on, he's gonna try to look at, we're gonna get some recommendations on, as we're working through the design process and our sort of normal process for improvements, what we need to be doing as far as maintenance with existing. When we worked on Orchard Hills, there were some lessons learned on, you can't just let like fairways and greens go, so are we gonna have to go into brush hogs and things. Also, there's a lot of mowed turf areas up between the road and the drive. Are we gonna continue to mow those areas? Are we gonna let some areas kind of be a little bit more natural and just mow edges? So, I mean, that's some of the stuff initially we're gonna work through. That will be going into our south zone, so we're adding a whole other part to south. Holbrook Hollows is adding a part to west. So we're working with those zones over the winter on, what that's gonna look like as far as,
Do you suspect that even with the current cart paths or anything, that we are gonna be able to open up, get signs in there for Geauga parks and make this accessible, even if we're not doing improvements?
Right,
Is it
I was
to
gonna
be-
comment on that. We do not want to completely mothball it. It will be open to the public in terms of walking the cart paths, even with the banquet facility. Our hope would be to sometime after the first year, make that available, given the demand of declarative woodlands. So, if nothing else, obviously, we won't have a restaurateur in there or a caterer in there, but in the case of declarative woodlands, they're having weddings there and they bring their own caterer, so that would be the goal. We do lack some of the custodial staff to take care of another building, so I believe we're gonna be soliciting quotes for a cleaning service, so, and get this up and running as soon as possible. And then come up with a greater plan, the master plan, dependent on the natural resource evaluation process. That's basically a 2-year process for any of our parks.
And when we did Orchard Hills remained open from when we acquired it through
the golf course.
the golf course. Both phases of construction improvements. It creates some challenges as you start doing certain improvements, but Orchard Hills, the cart paths were available. People could go out and still walk the park in that. So even as we're working through kind of the overall management plan process and the master planning and working on identifying improvements, I would anticipate it'd be like Orchard Hills where people can go out there and utilize the.
Yeah, I'd like to, the minute we take possession of the property, I'd like to see that it is open to the public, that they can walk that there's, right.
We're working on signage first,
Yeah.
right, so we are,
So you can identify so that people can, if it's a lot of snow, then people have snowshoes, they should be able to walk the property. It's public property, let's make sure that people have access to it and can appreciate what we have just spent their money on.
And we were planning on, as soon as we take possession, we'll work it into the zone where if it snows, they're plowing the parking lot. So,
Yeah, in that regard, we'll talk about the potential naming of the park after Rob McCullough here in a little bit during commissioners' time, but if commissioners have any ideas on a name, we'd like to move away from Wicked Woods, something woods. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Any other questions from Matt on that particular agenda item?
No.
If not, we'll go ahead and move to the 2019 final budget. And the way we've done it the last couple of try to approve the 2019 final budget in December. That way, we don't have a new commissioner coming in January, but that staff's ready to go in January, so.
I'm gonna make the motion because I have several questions, so.
A motion to bring it to the table for discussion. Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm ready again.
One side.
So